Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Moonday, and in today's reading we are going to find out how you can find new love. I feel like this is going to be quite an interesting reading because I've asked the cards what can you do basically to find a new love. So these are going to be like tips maybe from the cards, what you can do. Maybe some of these tips you never thought about that you can do. Some of them maybe you were thinking about but you were not sure if you should do. I don't know what is in the cards. I never check what is in the cards. I don't cherry pick the cards. So yeah, and we'll see what the universe wants you to know, like what the universe wants, like how the universe wants to help you to find a new love. Alright, so first of all, please remember this is a general reading, so not everything is going to resonate with you, so please keep that in mind and take whatever does resonate and simply leave the rest. For today's reading, we've got 3 groups of cards for you guys. This is going to be our group number 1 with the clear quartz, group number 2 with the blue agate, and group number 3 with the snowflake obsidian. So you can pause this video right now, you can meditate on your choice, you can choose by crystal, you can choose by number, you can use a pendulum, whatever is the best way for you. Just in the end, please remember to take your time and listen to your intuition, because your intuition is going to tell you which group should resonate with you the most. And whenever you're ready, you can go to the timestamps down below and description box down below and go straight to your timestamp, and this is how you're gonna get your reading. So once again, take your time please, and I'll see you in a moment in your reading. Hello group number 1, I hope you're doing well. So today we are going to find out how to find new love, and this is the clear quartz group. Sorry for my voice. It is the hay fever season, at least for me now while I'm filming this, so yeah, just in case, please forgive me. So how to find a new love, let's see. So we have the Empress. Okay, so the first things first, literally, I feel like the spirit wants you to know that no matter what your gender is, or no matter what gender you identify with, it is the best time to literally tap a little bit more into your divine feminine side. What do they mean by that? Is that it is the best and the greatest time to actually focus on beauty. And I'm not only talking about like the outside beauty, like I'm also talking about the inner beauty. Sorry, but obviously if you feel like, you know, you haven't spoiled yourself in a while, you haven't been to like maybe hairdressers in a while, or sorry, you haven't like gotten like a manicure for a while, or pedicure, or waxing, you know, just whatever you do or you might do, you know, to feel like you're being your best self and you're looking how you want to look. The spirit is saying, yeah, it is a great time to actually pamper yourself a little bit and do the things that make you feel beautiful inside out. So this is like a very important thing. Also, what I'm getting from this card, the Empress normally talks about all the things beautiful in general. So going to places that have something to do with the art. Maybe, you know, if that is possible for you while you're watching this, in the time you're watching this, because obviously, you know, if you're surrounded by COVID restrictions, then it's totally different story, but it all depends on, yeah, on what is going on around you. But if it's possible for you to go like to the art museums, or like the museums in general, or like the places that have to do something with like art and beauty, that will be the best thing for you. This is one of the places where you can actually, you know, think about when you are going to find a true love. Also, you know, things like in general that have to do with beautiful things, you know, or good food as well. So like good restaurants, things like that. Because what the spirit is saying, whatever you find beautiful and whatever you find that is like in a good taste, like places that you feel like has a good taste, this is the place where, you know, you should actually go to and have a look. See, you know, I was talking about like the galleries and stuff, and we have the Three of Pentacles. Like normally it does talk, you know, about like sometimes teamwork. It depends on the deck, but with this deck, you know, we can see that this person is basically focusing on painting somebody. So there's again a few options for you guys. Once again, art museums. I'm also getting like courses, maybe like a painting course or something similar to that, or like painting like a workshop, going to places that are like workshops that have to do something with the art. I'm also getting like pottery for some of you, so if you're thinking about that, you can check that out. Makeup, again, makeup as in you can do it for yourself, you can try and go on a course or something, but once again, like the art galleries, museums, you know, anything that has to do with beauty. But yeah, I'm getting strongly like courses, you know, because this guy is painting, so courses that have to do with creative things. It doesn't literally have to be like a painting with a brush. It could be also like digital painting, you know, courses and things like that. So it doesn't literally have to be you using a brush or like, you know, just let's say getting your hands dirty. So we have Five of Chalices here. Okay, I feel like this is like a message from the spirit, you know, you have been thinking quite negatively about your love life for quite a long time, and the spirit is saying you're basically being too negative right now, you know. You need to change your thinking, because the spirit is like, I'm trying to give you so many ideas on where you can find your new love, but you choose to focus on the negatives. You choose to focus maybe on things that didn't work out for you in the past. So the spirit is like, you know, don't worry about it, you know, things happen. This is, whatever happened in the past is not your fault, and whatever happened in the past is the past. What I'm also getting from the spirit is like, don't make the same mistake again. So that might resonate with some of you, obviously. If you feel like you have made some kind of mistakes in the past when it comes to like dating or relationships, the spirit basically wants you to know, don't make the same mistake again. You know, you have learned your lesson, you know, so don't like brood you know, about it, you know, don't think too much about it, you know, just try not to make the same mistake again. And we have the Knight of Chalices as well. This is the only group that had like extra tarot card because it just fell out. So you know, your future love might be water sign, so that is your Cancer, Scorpio or Pisces. But definitely, you know, in the future, I'm getting in the near future, you have you know, you have somebody coming in. You definitely have the opportunity coming in. The Knight of Chalices, the Knight of Cups, is a very romantic knight, so it definitely matches with the whole artsy vibe I'm getting from this group. Because like I said, you know, like this is the group that it's all about like going to beautiful places, going and doing beautiful things that have to do with art, that have to do with good things, that basically, yeah, have to like tell people about your good taste in different things, in music, in food, in art, you know. It could be basically anything that has to do with like a good taste, because the Empress is all about the good taste, you know. She's not gonna she's not into things that are like tacky or like, you know, like whatever. She likes things that are refined. So you know, this is like all the very artsy vibe for you, group number 1. So let's see, what else do we have. We have the Prosperity card with Archangel Ariel. Your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is that the universe wants you to know that you can manifest this new love into your reality. You know, you can manifest that Knight of Cups coming into your life. You know, you can be this Empress. You know, you need to see yourself in this, like, in the siege, in the throne that the Empress has, you know, and feel like the Empress. And manifest like the Empress. This is what I'm getting, you know, because I feel like the universe is saying, like, you know, we are going to provide, but you need to help me a little bit, you know, like you need to help us. You need to try and do these things we're like trying to offer you, you know. So listening to the signs I'm getting, you know, it's very, very important for you. I feel like the universe wants you to know that your intuition is going to tell you what to do, what is the right thing to do, when it's the right thing to do as well. But this is the major thing that you need to remember about this 5 of Cups over here, you know, like don't make the same mistake again, especially if you know you've made some kind of mistakes and you feel regretful about it, or you don't like it, or maybe, you know, everybody makes mistakes, but it's kind of like the spirit is saying, you know, if you want to do it again, this is a choice and not a mistake. So let's see the last card for you guys. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Well, this is exactly what I was saying about the Empress. The Empress doesn't like tacky things. The Empress doesn't like maybe like fast fashion. You know, I'm not saying that obviously you have to take, you know, all your savings and go and splurge for like designers, everything. But the thing is, you know, the universe is trying to tell you that if you don't feel comfortable in like wearing everything, like wearing what everybody else is wearing, if you don't feel comfortable, you know, doing things that everybody else is doing, don't do it, you know, don't do it, because the universe is telling you that once you start being yourself, once you start like wearing the things you actually like, having the hairstyle you actually like, I don't know, doing the things that you like, you know, because I feel like some of you might be scared that if you show your true self, people will not like you. And that is not only about your, like your new love, but it's also about like maybe people who are surrounding you. And so, you know, the universe is kind of like, it's funny when I'm getting like, say no to like TikTok fashion. I have no clue what that is, but maybe it's gonna resonate with some of you. But obviously, like with the Empress, is totally different, you know. The Empress knows the beauty. The Empress doesn't like tacky, like I said. The Empress doesn't fit in, because this is the Empress. She is not another person that is just fitting in, you know. She is somebody that glows, you know, that has the light. Wherever they enter the room, you know, they're the center of attention, kind of. Not because they're like looking weird or whatever, but because they have this inner light about them, and they're like, they have this confidence about them as well. So the spirit is definitely saying, you know, don't try to fit in, be yourself. And this is definitely going to give you a lot of self-confidence. Okay, guys, group number 1, this is all I've got for you for today, and I do hope it was helpful and it was fun. And if you did like this reading, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet for weekly videos, and leave me a comment. Tell me what do you think and how did that resonate with you. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you in the next video. Hello, group number 2, I hope you're doing well. So today we are going to see how you can find new love, and this is the blue agate group. So let's start what you can do. Okay, we have the world. So the first thing that I'm getting for you, group number 2, is that there are some chapters in your life that need to be closed. There are some things that you basically need to kind of move on from. The world card is basically the ending card, but in like closing one chapter and moving on to something new. After the world, we have the Fool card. So after, you know, learning your lesson and doing what you are supposed to do, you're moving on to something new. But I feel like, you know, it might be the previous relationship, or like the previous one-sided love of yours, on like one-sided crush of yours, that, you know, it doesn't make sense because the other person is toxic or they're just not good for you, but you're still kind of hang on to them. The universe is definitely saying, you know, this is the time to end this. This is the time to move on. Don't be afraid to close that chapter of your life, because something new is awaiting you. But because you're still stuck in this energy of you know, hanging on to something, and hanging on to a person, hanging on to like your relationship from, I don't know, 10 years ago, you know, there is no way that you can basically meet somebody new. Maybe you're hanging on to, like I said before, a crush that is not only in a relationship themselves, but, you know, they would not basically ever be in a relationship with you because, you know, tons of different reasons, but you're still like energetically hanged on to them, and this is not serving you, basically, you know. So the universe with this world card is definitely telling you it is time to move on. It is time for the closure. It is time for you to just end things that are not serving you anymore. We have the Six of Pentacles here as well. So the universe is basically trying to tell you that, you know, there needs to be a fair exchange when it comes to the energy. I feel like, you know, maybe you're somebody who gives too much, or maybe you're somebody who takes too much, you know, take it however it resonates, but it needs to be like a proper balance, you know. Whenever you're in a relationship, everybody needs to give, like, you know, their 100%. It doesn't make sense if one person gives 80% and the other person only gives 20%. You need to always remember about that, and the universe is trying to tell you, you know, that maybe in your previous connection or connections, you know, you did have that I don't know, like you were very like prone to, like I said, either giving too much or taking too much, you know. It doesn't have to be obviously like money wise or like material things. It is about the time, it is about the energy, it is about the effort. That is the most important thing. And we have the stars. So there is some Aquarius energy coming in. Doesn't have to be, but there is a chance that maybe you're an Aquarius, or your future love might be an Aquarius. But the universe is definitely telling you, don't lose your hope, you know. Don't lose your hope, because we're trying to guide you towards your love. The universe is definitely telling you that you can manifest whatever you want into reality, you know, that whatever you're dreaming about, you can have. But first, what needs to happen first is definitely, you know, this closing and this closure of your previous life chapters, so you can invite something new. I feel like, you know, the universe is telling you to find your love, you need to do this first, and also think about what are you like, what are you giving whenever you're in a relationship or in a connection, you know, what are you giving, what are you taking? You need to find that proper balance of that, because It is a little bit similar to the previous group, because in the previous group I got a message from the spirit saying that, you know, don't make the same mistake twice. And I feel like it is the same with you. I feel like you're very prone to having the same pattern in your connections or relationships. Maybe you're getting attached very easily, and maybe you're getting attached very quickly to the person, which is why you might be putting more effort than they are. And especially in like the early stages of dating, that is probably the worst thing you can do to yourself. Because if you start making an extreme effort, the other person might be like, okay, so basically I got them, I don't need to put any effort myself. And this is where there is basically no balance. But the universe is definitely telling you this is not the end. Even if you think, you know, you might be in a very dark place right now, you might be very unhappy with your love life, and you might be thinking like there is no positive future towards, like for me or whatever, you know, the universe with the star card is definitely telling you don't lose hope. You know, it is the time to heal these previous experiences, you know, to think about what you have been doing. If you can see the repeating patterns in your previous relationships and your previous connections, you know, and think about them and heal them on a very like energetical level. I'm also getting for some of you that, you know, if there is the universe, I'm getting the word starseed. So I don't know if your next person, your new love, is going to be like a starseed, or maybe you're a starseed. But I feel like the universe is telling you, you know, if you wanted, if you're interested in that subject, you know, you might want to research on that a little bit more and connect with your starseed family, and that's gonna help you. So we have the breathe card. Okay, take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and to release old patterns. Oh my god, this is literally what I was just talking about. You see, that's the thing, like I never ever check what is in my cards unless they're just falling around, and like I just need to make sure if they're all, yeah, never mind. But anyways, I don't pick my cards, so I don't know what is in them. But you see, that's the thing. The first thing I'm getting from this card is breathe, relax, everything is going to be fine. Like I said, the universe is saying I'm going to guide you. Don't worry about it, everything is going to be fine. You know, you might be feeling like you're in a negative space right now, but definitely the spirit is like, don't worry, you know, like after every night comes the day, you know. So you might be feeling like you're in a darkness right now, but we are giving you all the stars, all these messages, all these signs, so you can follow us towards the light. Just relax, you know, everything is going to be fine. You don't have to stress about things. So that is a very important message for you. And also release old patterns. So this is what I was saying. If you are seeing like any repeating patterns in your connections, in your previous relationships, like I said, you know, it's time to give them up. It's time to leave them. It's time to move on. It's time to rethink these old patterns, especially with this giving-taking balance, you know, because that is very important, because you don't want to make same mistakes twice, or like maybe 3 times or 4 times in a row, you know. Because I'm getting from the universe that until you learn that lesson, you will not be able to move on, and you will not be able to attract a healthy relationship with the person you're supposed to be with. So let's see the last card here. Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? Well, first of all, this is again a card that speaks about the stars. So we have star. I'm getting once again a very like strong vibe of star seeds. But you see, with how can you mother yourself? This is the question that at first I've read, how can you heal yourself? So basically, as the mother, you know, the energy of the mother is very nurturing, very loving, very healing, you know. So this is the archetype basically of a mother and mother's energy. So you need to also do that to yourself. Maybe you have forgotten that, you know, obviously loving yourself might not always be easy, and not everybody wants to do it, and it's totally fine. But I feel like sometimes, you know, just giving yourself these loving words just in your mind, just repeating, you know, to yourself, or telling yourself even once in a while, you know what, you're a good person, something good is going to happen to you. Or like, you know, you're a good person, you deserve, you know, good thing to happen to you. You know, just think about that from like a mother's perspective, basically. How would you care for your child? How would you nurture your child? Maybe you're a mother yourself, you know, or maybe you're like a parent figure yourself, and you know that, you know, if your child is in need of like basically this healing energy, you know what to say, you would know what to tell them, you know, just to make them feel better about themselves. It's also about like life lessons. This is what I'm getting very strongly, because think about it, you know, like when it comes to the archetype, the parents are people who are teaching us about the life and are helping us through going through our like life lessons, at least at first, you know. Then everybody has got their own lives, and we are making our own mistakes and we're doing our own things. But at first, you know, it's our parents who are going to tell us things like, maybe you shouldn't be you know, doing something because this is not good for you. Maybe, you know, maybe it is the time to stop doing this. Maybe it is the time to start doing something else. So I feel like this is definitely something that you need to think about, because there is some healing that you need to do, group number 2. But I'm getting that first and foremost, you just need to relax, you know, because everything is going to be fine. And the universe is saying, maybe you're just trying too hard, basically. And what I'm getting is that if you obsess over something, you know, you might be like obsessing over meeting a new person, going on all these dating apps and all these dating websites, just looking for something. The universe is like, you know, this is not going to happen, because you need to close one chapter first and heal that thing first, because otherwise it's just like you're just trying too hard. And this is not going to work. And if it's going to work, you're going to be attracting the same patterns again. So, yeah. Okay, group number 2, this is all I've got for you for today. I hope it was helpful and it was fun. If you did like this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet for weekly videos. And leave me a comment. Tell me how did that resonate with you and what do you think about it. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you in the next video. Hello group number 3, I hope you're doing well. So today we're asking the cards how to find new love. And this is the Snowflake Obsidian group. So let's begin, shall we? How can group number 3 find new love? Okay, so we have the, it says Prince of Chalices, but it should be Princess of Chalices. So basically this is the Page of Cups in, let's say, the most traditional tarot. So it could be you, it could be your next person that is the water sign. So that is your Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. It doesn't have to be, but there is this energy going on. So I feel like the first thing, first things first, you know, you need to let your romantic self bloom. I don't know exactly what does it mean, what the spirit wants to say through this, but you need to let your romantic self bloom. I feel like you might be somebody who is a little bit of an airhead, who is like, if you're a typical Pisces, for example, you're very like daydreaming, you know, person who's always got their head in the clouds, who is very often in their own world, you know, doing their own stuff, like with their imagination. And I feel like, you know, Spirit is telling you this is actually great. You know, no matter what people tell you, this is actually great. Just be yourself, you know, be your romantic self. Let yourself daydream about love. Let yourself daydream about your perfect person, you know. I feel like, you know, the Spirit is saying, you know, you have like the potential to actually manifest the romance that you really want and what you're really looking for just by daydreaming, you know. The only warning kind of that I'm getting is that, you know, don't get too carried away, because you might miss the potential love, you know, if you're just gonna be stuck in your own world, you know, and not pay attention at all to the real world, that person might just pass you by and you will never see them, basically. You will never notice them. But I definitely feel like this spring, you know, depending on when you're watching this, but you know, spring might be the season for you to actually find new love. Also, I'm getting like, obviously going to the parks, if that is possible for you right now while you're watching this and you don't have any COVID restrictions or whatever, going to the park would be a perfect place. Going to gardens, also like public gardens, or yeah, something like that. Going to the gardens, going to like the public big parks, you know, where there's a lot of flowers, would be actually a perfect place for you to actually attract this new love. Also, I'm getting going to the zoo or going to the place where there's animals around. That would be also great, or where you can care for animals. So we have the Six of Wands as the next card. So I don't know, but I'm getting something like a bonfire. Maybe that's because these wands are kind of like triangle shaped, but I'm getting like a bonfire. I'm also getting okay, for some of you I'm getting like a maple, or like, that depends on your religion, and that depends on what are you interested in, obviously, when it comes to like spiritual stuff. But I'm getting the maple, what is it called, but like a May Day, or like general, like some kind of folk celebration of spring and fertility, something like that. I'm also getting like a folk festivals, something along those lines. So if like a cultural festivals as well. If you can go to places like that, I feel like that would be awesome. You know, that would be a great place to actually meet somebody like that. Also, for some reason, I'm getting places where you can like dress as people from different historical periods. I forgot how is it called, but when they're like the reenactments and things like that. I feel like if you're somebody who is romanticizing a lot of things, you know, then I feel like that would be really, really amazing for you to do something like that, especially if you're interested in some kind of like history when it comes to like a typical, when it comes to like specific time period, or like specific culture. But something like that, the celebrations of like the folklore, you know, folkloric culture, folkloric music, like pagan festivals. I'm really getting this kind of vibes, you know. But definitely so far we've got things that are outside, so not going maybe inside, but things that are like outside, like, I don't know, open air things. And we have the Eight of Swords as the last tarot for you guys. I feel like this is more like sign from the spirit, you know, not to worry too much about things. I feel like, you know, in every group has had this kind of like a warning. I don't know how to call it. It's not really a warning, but it's like a message of what not to do, or something like that. Sorry. But it's more like, you know, I feel like you might have been worried yourself to death. I'm getting this. I don't know, but it's gonna resonate with some of you. But you're definitely like worrying too much. I feel like, you know, once you start like seeing somebody, or like you have met somebody, you've got all these scenarios in your head, you're overthinking a lot, and I feel like it literally causes you to get sick and get headache, you know. It could be physically, or like, you know, yeah, on the energetical plane. But I feel like, you know, you're overthinking things, and you're causing, like, making all of these scenarios up in your head on the things that could go wrong, that basically, you know, you might be manifesting things like that into the reality. So if like in previous relationships, previous connections, you did have something like that, and you'll notice this kind of pattern going on where you're overthinking about something, or you're thinking all the time about like one negative thing, like for example, oh, he's definitely gonna cheat on me, or she's definitely gonna leave me for this or that person, and that happens. You know, this is because you have manifested that, and you have basically like manifested that on yourself, because your imagination is very strong. I feel like, you know, you're somebody who has a very strong imagination. I feel like it's easy for you to visualize things as well. I'm getting like, for some of you, I don't know, the spirit says sounds. I don't know, maybe there are some kind of sounds that help you get into some kind of like state like this. Or maybe that could be like hypnosis, or shamanic drumming, or like things that have to do with the sound that kind of put you into this state where you can easily visualize things for yourself. But yeah, I'm getting that very often, you know. It's just that you're kind of doing that to yourself, sadly. You might not be noticing that, you might not know, God, you might not know that, sorry. Or, you know, you might be thinking like, but I don't wish that upon myself. I didn't want them to cheat on me. I didn't want them to go to somebody else. I didn't want this or that to happen. I do understand that. And you know, it's just that sometimes when we're focusing too much on the negative energy, it's just coming. There is nothing we can do about it, you know. So I feel like the spirit is saying don't worry too much, especially don't worry before you actually get something. So if you have only been talking with this person for 5 minutes, don't make this terrible scenarios in your head where in like 20 years after you get married, they're gonna cheat on you and run away. You know, it's not healthy, and it's definitely not helpful, because you have already kind of crossed out the relationship that has not even happened yet. So I would say just think about that. So we have indigo and crystal children. You have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. Okay, so with the indigo and crystal children, I'm getting that either you might be one, which I wouldn't be surprised if you were like this water sign and everything that I said so far was kind of resonating with you, or there is a possibility that your future love might be the indigo or crystal child. I also feel like, you know, if you're working with children, there is also a possibility for you to kind of meet your new love over there. It could be somebody who also works with children, or one of their guardians. But I definitely feel like there is another thing to that. So your childlike nature is going to attract the person that is right for you as well. So I feel like don't be afraid of showing your more vulnerable side to people, and show who you truly are, even if you are very often childlike. I feel like this is just one of the most important things that you can do for yourself and for your future relationship, and this is also going to help you attract that new love. And the last card we've got is the Priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? Okay, so with this Priestess card, what I'm getting is that definitely it is the right time for you, group number 3, to step up. You know, like I said before, you know, you might be having like, you might have had a lot of these hiccups on your road, you know, just like everybody else. It does happen, but I feel like the spirit is saying right now, you know, it is the best time to kind of rethink everything and step up, you know. Just think about all these mistakes maybe you have made before, and basically move on, you know, and just realize, okay, that was just a step on my journey. It's not the end of my journey, you know. It is the time for me to actually move on and just just step up. Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm getting like stepping up on the ladder for some reason, so it might resonate with some of you. But definitely something like that, you know. What I'm getting from this spirit is that they're trying to tell you you're being very strong. For some of you, you might be definitely having like a leader qualities, even if you're totally unaware of that. And if you're the water sign that is, like I said, they're very ahead, like, you know, daydreaming and things, you might be thinking like, I am not a leader. But it's not about like leading people like the emperor would. It's about like leading people because of your charm and because of how you truly are and how you present yourself to the world. Because I feel like people are going to listen to you and love you just because you're a lovely person and you're just the way you are. You know, even if you're some kind of like, if you think of yourself that you're kind of like weird and you've got a lot of kinks and you're quirky, I feel like this is, you know, if you're going to like show to the world who you really are, people are gonna really love that about you and be really drawn towards you. But like I said, your biggest problem at the moment is just overthinking things and just creating all of these scenarios in your head that you know that will probably never happen anyways, but you still believe in them. So the spirit is saying, you know, step up, you know, like you can lead yourself towards this new love, you know, just call on the universe, call on the spirit guides, call in your guardian angels, you know, or whatever higher power you believe in, and you know, we're gonna help you, we're gonna guide you, you know, just think about this one thing and don't do that again. We're gonna help you with that. But yeah, it is the right time for you to kind of leave that negative thinking behind and just move on to something that is more positive and more beautiful. Okay, so this is all I've got for you, group number 3. I hope it was helpful and I hope you really like it. Please don't forget to leave me thumbs up if you did like this reading, and you know, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet for weekly videos, and leave me a comment. Tell me what do you think and how did that resonate with you. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.